just printed out this little aquarium scene because I thought I could use a lot of different colors with it. So that's what I'm going to do. Got my colored pencils here. And I'm just going to start on whatever I feel like, I suppose. I'll just start with the bubbles. I'm sorry for the shadows, but there's not really a lot I can do about it. I wanted to do this with crayons, but the person that I live with has a tendency to throw things out without asking. And so even though my crayons were there last week, they're not here this week. I do have some backup crayons though. But in the meantime, I'll just use colored pencils. In the background, you might hear the sound of an aquarium, because I do have two of them, and one is new. I personally find the sound to be soothing, but if you don't like it, let me know, and I will try to not shoot my videos elsewhere so that you don't have to hear that. I am not artistically inclined at all. I'm just doing this for fun. I remember even as a child I found coloring very soothing. I mean, I think most of us did when we were kids, and sometimes when you're in situations in your grown-up life where things are a little bit crazy and complicated and a little bit stressful, you should go ahead and do something like this, because it'll ground you a little bit and it'll simplify things for you a little bit, I think. I know it does for me. I don't do it a lot. As far as hobbies, I tend to, I like to write, I like to sing, I like making my YouTube videos. I really love to bake. So I think, maybe not my next video, but definitely one coming up, I'm going to bake some bread. Because not only do I enjoy doing it, but I think watching the kneading of the bread might make tingles. I don't know. That's a question I have for you guys. Anybody who watches this, are you able to make your own tingles, or does somebody else have to make the tingles for you? I find that I don't know if I could make myself tingle or not. I probably have without realizing it. But mostly it's got to be somebody else, and I don't mean in a physical way. I mean, listening to somebody else or watching someone else. I think pretty much, other than when you go to the salon and you have somebody doing your hair, washing your hair, other than that, I think if I started to experience the tingles with somebody, I would feel weird. If they were physically touching me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get tingles from people turning pages and looking at photographs and things like that. I noticed that there was an ASMR tag on YouTube today. I think it's been up there for a little while, but I wanted to do the tag. It's supposed to be all about your first memory of ASMR, and I'm very interested in doing that because it took me a while to really remember, and now that I remember, I can show examples of it. And I think that other people will find what I'm going to show to be very, very triggering as well. Let's see, what else do I want to do here? I think I want to do this. Oh wait, no. Let's use some pink. I'm gonna make the octopus pink. This might end up being edited because I honestly don't know how long my camera will record. Kind of wishing I had made him purple instead, but it's all good. I will eventually do one with coloring instead of the colored pencils. Because even though I like the detail you can get with the colored pencils, I prefer the sound and the feel of the crayon. Let's see what else. So I think, yeah, the next video I do will be when did you first experience ASMR and the kind of things that trigger you. And I want to do the baking one. I have to go on a trip soon, so I want to do a suitcase packing one. And I'll probably eventually do a librarian roleplay. I saw someone else had done that. When I do it, I will credit them with the idea. It's just interesting how I got into this because I've had this account for a long time. I didn't know that the tingling had a word, ASMR, or that other people felt it. But what I did come across by accident on YouTube were whisper videos. And so I started to watch them, and then I created this account, Whisper of a Ghost. And I made a couple, but then some bad things happened in my life, and making whisper videos was really the last thing on my mind. But now, I'm back into it. Okay, this octopus is like seriously seeming like a really long task. Oh my goodness. I never really used colored pencils much as a kid. I always used crayons. I can't draw or anything. I love to take pictures. I love to read. I love to write. I love to sing. I like to dance, stuff like that. But I've never really been able to draw anything. I wish I could draw, because sometimes, you know, you have these images in your head and you want to share them with people, but you can't. At least for me, it's just terrible. I mean, people who can draw, if any of you are watching this, can you imagine what it would be like if those images in your head, you couldn't put them down on paper? It's kind of like not being able to speak your emotions in a way, because some things just can't be described, like the ASMR, for example. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second because my camera might only record so much, and I don't want to bore you either, so, okay. Okay, I'm just going to color in a couple more things here and kind of finish up. This is long already. But I was thinking about how when I first created this account, it was because the whispering videos were giving me tingles. But back then, as far as I knew, and the people's videos I was watching knew, ASMR was not a term that we were familiar with. We didn't even really discuss the fact that it gave us tingles, and maybe it didn't give everybody tingles. Maybe part of the reason they were watching the whispering videos was to help them sleep, or just for something soothing in general. But I've had the tingles for so long, and I was so afraid to talk about it. I remember watching one of those earlier whispering videos, and someone had commented down below, "Oh, your voice makes my head tingle." And I thought, oh my goodness, there's somebody else out there with the head tingling? Because I honestly really didn't know how to describe the feeling. All I could say was it just made me go into La La Land or something. You know, I don't. But yeah, tingle is a really good way to describe it. And as time goes on, I'm finding other words to describe it. And And also as time goes on, I realize there's no reason to be embarrassed about it. There's nothing wrong with it, which is odd because in my experience in life, it's like if something feels good, then it must be bad for you. But I really don't see a negative side to this at all. I think that it makes people feel good. It doesn't hurt anybody. And now we have this growing community, because when I first made this account, there was not an ASMR community. There was a whispering community, and we were very small. And I was new to it, and I would have to look, but I know that at least a year has gone by since I made my first videos compared to now. And it makes me a little sad that I kind of missed out on the growth of the community. But that's okay, because I'm here now and I'm enjoying it. Okay, well, I'm going to finish up there because I don't want to be doing this all night and boring you, but I hope you all are well, and I'll be making another video soon, so take care. Have a good night.